Welcome back to the kitchen. Today I have another recipe from my grandmother's cookbook, but it's okay because this one actually sounds good. This is Mocha Loaf Cake. All right, the loaf part doesn't sound that good, but mocha and cake sounds pretty good. I love mocha, and who doesn't love cake? I don't know if I have time to make both the Mocha Loaf Cake and the chicken teriyaki rice bowl that I was planning to make for dinner. But let's start with dessert. First up, I need half a cup of shortening. These little Crisco bricks make measuring easy. Next, I need 2 cups of brown sugar. Next, I'm going to cream the brown sugar and shortening together with this barely usable hand mixer. I love the smell of burning circuitry. The recipe calls for 1 ounce of chocolate melted. Now, it doesn't say baker's chocolate, but I'm just assuming that's what she meant. While the chocolate is melting, I'm going to measure out a ½ cup of buttermilk. The recipe says you can use sour milk or buttermilk. I thought I would use this gourmet buttermilk. How do I know it's gourmet? Well, it says so right here. Chocolate's melted already. Let's get this in the bowl. Add the buttermilk and continue to mix. So far it looks like frosting. Separate 2 eggs. Ooh. Fixed. I'll save the egg whites for a little bit later, but I'm adding the egg yolks now. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And beat well. So far the batter looks delicious. I need to sift together 2 cups of flour and a teaspoon of baking soda from the world's largest bag. The next step is a little convoluted. I have to alternately add the sifted flour and baking soda mixture into the batter with the coffee and beat it until smooth. So it's going to be multiple steps. This would probably go better with a stand mixer. This is 1 cup of piping hot coffee. Well, when I say 1 cup, I mean a measuring cup. It's 8 ounces. Good. Almost 8 ounces. Let's add a little bit more of the flour. And more of the coffee. A little bit more flour. And more coffee. I'm glad I used the big bowl. Add Add the rest of the flour. Mix this in, and the rest of the coffee. Just beat a little bit more just till it's smooth. This looks like a delicious chocolate mousse. Now I am going to use those 2 egg whites and beat them until they form stiff peaks. Fold the stiff egg whites into the batter. It says to pour this into a loaf pan, and it should only be about half full. I don't know what size of loaf pan my grandmother had, but this is going to fill this whole thing up. So I'll use 2 loaf pans, maybe. Well, no, I think this will be fine. Okay. Well, it's more than half, but it won't reach the top. Okay, it's almost full. I probably should have gone with my original plan of 2 pans, but we'll see what happens. We stick this in a 350-degree oven for 60 minutes. While this is cooking, I'll go ahead and make the dinner, but you won't be here for that, so I will see you in an hour. And we're back. The cake is done, although it has collapsed a little bit. As you can see, it used to be taller in the middle, and now it is not. But that could be okay. I still have to make the sauce to put on top of this. Before I do that, I want to make sure that I can get it out of this pan. It didn't say to use a non-stick spray, and so I didn't. We'll see. It has the texture of a giant brownie, and I have my doubts that it's going to come out of here. I think if I make this again, it would be prudent to grease the pan. Even if I cut it away from the sides here, what are the odds it will stick to the bottom? Pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, might be spooning it out of this thing. Okay, quite a bit of the bottom did stick to the pan, but not the whole thing. So I would say this is not a lost cause. But yeah, grease the bottom of the pan when you do this, because I'm sure you will. Next step is to melt a 1/4 cup of sugar. Now it doesn't say to do anything except put the sugar in the pan and melt it. Okay, I'll do that. I don't know what temperature to use. I know that sugar melts faster if you put some kind of a liquid with it. Doesn't say to do that. It says stir a 1/4 cup of sugar over a low heat until melted. After it's melted, you are supposed to add a 1/4 cup of strong coffee. I don't know why you couldn't do that right now, but that's not what it says to do. Right, you're supposed to melt the sugar, remove from heat, add the coffee, and then put it back on the heat. Makes me not want to do that. Seems like an unnecessary step. I wonder if they are trying to caramelize the sugar by... Yeah, it could be. Could be that isolating the sugar process is going to brown it. And that does sound delicious. The wisdom of the internet suggests that the melting point of sugar is 180 degrees, so I've increased the heat on the induction cooktop here, and hopefully we'll have better luck. Okay, at 220 degrees, the sugar is starting to melt. It's getting a consistency like brown sugar, and it is darkening. It seems like it has stopped melting. It got chunky, but not really liquidy. Okay, I have this turned up to 275 degrees now, and it does appear to be doing something different. Hopefully melting. It's like it reaches these plateaus and then it stops. But it is sticking to the bottom of the pan, and that not what I wanted. All right, I've had enough of waiting. I'm just going to add the coffee. I'll show you what it looks like. It is just chunky. It's yelling at me, doesn't. It's just kind of, it's got chunks of sugar in it, but it's not melted. I need to add a 1/4 cup of very strong coffee to this sugar, and I imagine that once I do that, it will liquefy immediately. We'll see. Yeah, it's boiling now. I reduced heat back down to 100 degrees. This is not coming out smooth, but I'm sure it'll still be good. I mean, it's mostly smooth. A couple of chunks, several chunks. The remaining chunks of sugar seem to be dissolving into the coffee, and that's good, because I would like it to be smooth if at all possible. My next step is going to be whipping the heavy whipping cream, and then I'm going to cool this and fold it into the whipping cream, and that'll be our sauce. So it sounds delicious. All right, the cream is whipped, and now I'm supposed to fold the coffee and sugar mixture into the whipped cream. It said slightly cool. Well, it was at 275 degrees. Now it's at 100 degrees. Is that slightly cool? Yes. I'm folding this in here, but I don't know if it's supposed to look like this. This looks at least somewhat tasty, so go with that. Let's plate this up. I'm sure this would be much nicer looking if I piped it on, but I didn't think of that until it was too late. Mocha Loaf Cake. All right, this is with the whipped cream all spread out. Let's give it a try. It's good. It's really good. I didn't taste much coffee in the cake when it was by itself. I tasted a lot more in the frosting, or whatever you want to call this. They call it sauce. It doesn't look like sauce to me. It's a whipped topping. I'm sure my wife would have made this much prettier with a piping bag, but it's good. I like it. I would definitely make this again. And I think you should make this, except make it better. Mocha Loaf Cake, excellent. Definitely recommend. Thanks for stopping by.